All right, we are moving into lesson 4.8. We are working on problem solving using polynomial equations. So we are going to have to factor and problem solve that way. Our essential question is, can you solve problems using polynomial equations? The first thing we have to remember is we want everything equal to 0. And the new thing I want you to remember is draw a picture. A lot of times the picture is drawn for you, but draw a picture if you don't have a picture for it. The length of a rectangle is 1 meter less than twice the width. Well, I'm going to call this the width. I know the length is 1 meter less than twice the width. If the area, well, I wrote myself a reminder here because I know that area is equal to base times width. If the area is 55 meters squared. So I know I need to multiply length times width, or base times height. W times 2W minus 1 is equal to 55. Notice it's not equal to 0. Remember, I always need this equal to 0. Let's distribute. 2W squared minus W equals 55. Still not equal to 0. I'm going to bring this 55 over by subtracting. 2W squared minus W minus 55 is equal to 0. Well, now I have to go back to the second half of lesson 4.6. 2 times negative 55 is negative 110. And the factors of negative 110 that add up to be negative 1 are negative 11 and positive 10. I'm going to use California method. 2W over negative 11, 2W over 10. And I'm going to see that this this 2 and this 10 reduce. So I know it's going to be 2W minus 11 times W plus 5 is equal to 0. You know, before I solve that, I'm going to take this and check it. Oops, not with there, with right here. 2W times W is 2W squared, actually right here. Wow, I'm off. 2W and 5 is 10. 10 and a negative 11W is negative 1 and negative 55. And when I solve, remember I can set each of these up to 0. So 2W minus 11 equals 0, and W plus 5 equals 0. 2W equals 11, and W equals 11 halves, and W equals negative 5. Well, automatically I know that I can't have a negative distance of a rectangle, but if my side was equal to 11 over 2, which is 5.5, I know that this side would be 2 times 5.5, which is 11, minus 1, which is 10. Now, remember what they asked us for. This is always fun. They're asking us to find the perimeter. So if this side and this side are 5.5, and this side are 10, well, 10 plus 10 is 20, and 5.5 and 5.5 is 11. 20 plus 11, the perimeter is 31 meters. And that, my folks, is my answer. All right, two numbers differ by 5 and have a product of 84. If they differ by 5, I'm going to call one number n and one number n minus 5. So it says that the product of them, if I multiply them, I get 84. And again, we need any quadratic to equal 0, so let's go ahead and distribute first. N times n is n squared. N times negative 5 is negative 5n. I need it to equal 0. And now I have to find all the factors of 84 that have a difference of negative 5. All right, so the factors that add up to be negative 84. Isn't 7 times 12 84? Yes, and they have a difference of 5. So I want this to be a positive 7 and a negative 12. So it looks like when I solve, my two answers are negative 7 and positive 12. But it says to find the numbers that differ by 5 and have a product of 84. Well, these don't have a product of 84 together. But 12 times 7 has a product of 84 and differs by 5. And negative 7 and negative 12 differ by 5 and have a product. So notice there are two answers for this one. So please make sure that you answer the question and pay attention to those details.